Hello everyone, I am Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Come on into the craft room. I'm going to get us pulled up over here. Hopefully Facebook's playing nice and I will be able to see comments. Let's see. So far so good. So when you get here, say hello, let me know you're here, tell me how your day was. My mom will be pulling names for Happy Mail. We probably will be doing that drawing this weekend. So make sure you're commenting so you get some opportunities to receive Happy Mail. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Jessica's just finishing up on the Craft Around the Clock page with her watering can. Hello, Pam. Hello, hello. And I am going to be working on my brand new kit. So this is my Whimsical Flag kit. And this is, I'm going to hold it up. There's lots of pieces here though, so I can't tilt it too far. But it's just kind of a whimsical flag with some flowers on it and the 1776. So, and there's Mom, so she will be pulling names, so make sure you're commenting. So we're going to go ahead and separate all this out. There's several layers to this. It's actually kind of a 3-layer thing. So we have a frame. That's what these pieces are. These make up the frame. Then we have the little flowers, extra pieces of flower. We have the 1776. And then this is the other layer. So it's got your star cutouts, and then it's got your little flowers, and then just kind of a basic frame. And then this is the backer board. The backer board already has lines cut in it. Now, when you go to paint this, you can either tape these off or just be careful. I find you can be pretty careful and do that without making a mess. But if you can't, feel free to put some tape on it. We're going to go ahead and start with this. So this has time to dry. All right. So I need to paint this part white because the stars, as you can see, are cut out, and so they're going to go right over that. So we want our stars to be white. We're going to paint this blue so that it has the field of blue for our flag. Okay. Mom can't see comments. Oh, great. Oh, I can only see yours so far. I don't know that there's any more. Miss Tracy's here, sharing us into the group. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the white. And I want to get a brush that's just about the right, and this one's got a little bit of stray bristles, so we're going to trim those off so they don't get in our way. Hopefully comments are working. Make sure you're commenting for a chance at some Happy Mail. There we go. I see Miss Mary, Miss Tracy's comment. Okay. Apparently I'm going to have to keep refreshing again. Gotta love Facebook. All right. So on a traditional flag, the top and bottom are red. So we're going to make sure that those are red. So we're just going to paint these two here white. And I'm just gonna be careful and get this painted. Again, if you don't have a steady hand or don't feel like you can do this, you certainly can tape it off. If you see any, how in the world did I get paint on me already? Goodness gracious. I'm going to go back over this. Try to get rid of my brush lines. There we go. All right, and we're going to do the same thing on this guy. This brush is not quite wide enough, so I have to kind of go back and forth to get the top and the bottom of my and then we'll go back and smooth it all out. Hey, there's Miss Amanda. Miss Amanda's here. All right. Okay. So all I've done is painted the white. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. We may need to do another coat. We'll see how it dries. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the red. Excuse me. Actually, I think a little bit narrower brush would be better. So let's use this guy. And now we're going to just do the same thing. Okay, but that's got a wild hair on it. So if you're in the Toledo area, did anybody hear of anything that was going on around, it was probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock, that would have had like a police helicopter over in like the door area by the university? Because we could see from our office, there was a helicopter, and I couldn't tell, it was not life flight. I can tell that, but we couldn't tell what it was other than that. And it was just hovering. So it kind of made me think that it was probably a police helicopter and they were looking for someone or something. But I haven't heard anything, so I don't know what that was about. It was a little unnerving, not gonna lie. They were looking for you, Kim? I wouldn't doubt it. You're always up to no good. You have to watch comments on your phone. Did you go out and back in, Mom? Because I did, and they all are populating now. Gotta love the FB, man. Yeah, we don't know what that was. It was weird, though, and it was a little unnerving, so... And I haven't seen or heard anything, so I don't know what that was about, but, I mean, maybe it was something totally innocent. Mom thought maybe they were checking, like, power lines, but it seemed like it was too big of a helicopter for that. Usually those are very small ones, but I suppose they could have used a different one. First we were thinking it was life flight, but it kind of flew right over our office, so we got a good look at it, and it definitely was not life flight. I couldn't tell. There were some markings on the bottom, but I couldn't tell what they were. It definitely was not life flight, though. All right, so I've got a little paint right between these, and I'm going to clean up with a skewer so you can still have that separation in there. Okay, so we have that painted. Now we need to do the blue. Hello, Craft Crazy Company. I'm not sure who you are. I don't know your name. Please give me your name as well. So let's go ahead and dry this because I need to paint. I think we're okay. But I want to make sure this red here is dry because I need to paint that white. And I think I went a little too far over with the red. Okay. So we got that fairly dry. Kimberly. Okay. Hello, Kimberly. Thank you for putting that in there. Appreciate that. So we're just, this doesn't have to be painted super well. We just want to get it, actually, that's probably far enough there. Ooh, I just about stuck that paintbrush in the red. That would have been bad. I'm going to paint over that part, make that white. Because all we've got to do is cover up where the stars are going to be. Let me hold this up. Oh, okay, well, right here. goes like right to that line. I think that's good, actually. Yep, we're good. All right, so that is done. So we're going to set that aside, let it dry. We'll probably have to come back with our heat tool and dry that some more. All right, so now we're going to work on the flowers. So to do the flowers, we're going to use a sponge. I think I am done with the brush, both brushes. I think we're done with those. So we're going to put those in the water. And we are going to get a smaller brush because that big white brush is not going to work for this. So I need a much smaller brush. Let's use one of these guys to paint our flowers. So I'm going to paint the whole thing white, and then we're going to go back and paint the tops of them yellow. But we'll go ahead and paint them white. We're going to paint the stems kind of a sage green. By painting the top of the flowers, it's going to make that yellow pop a little more without having to do several coats. And if you get a little white on the stems, no big deal, because we're going to go back with the green and paint the stems, and that green will cover the white. No problem. So this will take a couple of coats, so you don't have to worry too much about your brush strokes. So Kim, are you guys getting this weather? Our weather was very weird. It started raining on my way home, and it looked like we were going to get one heck of a storm, and then it just kind of all blew over. It rained for a few minutes, but then it kind of left. And to the southwest of us, it's very dark. The clouds are black, but I think it's going to go south. I looked at radar right before I got on, and I think it's going to go south of us. But our poor yard needs mowed something fierce, and since it rained right when we got home, poor Bob didn't get to mow again today. Okay, so I've just roughly painted those. As you can see, it's not great, but that's fine for now. We're going to let that dry, and then we're going to paint this side blue. No rain yet over there. It's getting dark up there now too. Yes, Monsoon Lagoon until a little after 6. Oh, goodness. Surgery Friday. Oh, okay. Is this the throat thing again? Your esophagus? Or is this the shoulder? Which is it? I can't keep all your surgery straight, lady. All right, so let's take... Debating if I want to use a sponge. Yeah, let's use a sponge. With all these openings, it might be better to do a sponge for this side. So we'll get most of the paint off. Going towards the edge, you know how I like to do that so I don't have a bunch of paint on the edge of my piece. We're just going to take that straight down. No big deal if I get it on this because we have our frame that's going to go over it, so you don't have to worry about being too precise here on your sides, or the top and bottom actually. Just trying to kind of even this up a little bit. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, so it's coming together. We got our blue. As you can see, I can't put it together yet because it's wet, but you get the idea how we're coming along. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. I'm going to put all of my little flower pieces on a piece of tape. Looks like a cute license plate. It kind of does, doesn't it? It's about the right size to be a license plate. This tape is not nearly long enough. That's okay. We'll put our 1776 on this. We're going to do those blue. Matter of fact, we got the blue sponge here, so let's do that because these are going to go on the red and white stripes. Not quite sure where I'm going to place them exactly yet, but they'll definitely be on the red and white, so we want them blue. Looks like 1977, the way I've got it on there. All right, now let's do all of our flower pieces. So much easier to put these on tape to get them painted than to hold all these tiny little pieces down. So much easier to do this. We need a little more white on our board. And then we're just going to dab. Now to do the small pieces, I like to just dab right up and down. I don't drag it. And that kind of keeps your edges semi-clean. I mean, they'll get a little paint, but so much better than with a brush. With a brush, you're going to have a mess. Or you're going to have to spend a lot of time being meticulous, and I don't like doing that. So I find it's much more efficient and neater to just do it with a sponge. Oh, rotator cuff's not approved yet. Second throat. Yeah, Mom just posted the link. Oh, you've got flooding already, Kim? That stinks. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for a few minutes, and we're going to come back here and do our second coat of white. Let's get this dried. Okay, why is Facebook being so long? I don't know what it's doing. I can't seem to scroll my comments now. Gotta love the FB, man. Gotta love it. And I see some streakiness here I want to get rid of. And the blue, where it's not covered real great. It's hard to tell when it's wet because you get a little bit of a sheen on it. We'll see how that looks when it dries. And why is this not letting me? There we go. Left hand friendly for Kim, right? Yes, exactly, Kim. All right, so let's go back with our white paint. And I'm not going to worry about the tops of them because we already have one coat and we're going to paint those yellow. So I'm just going to come down the petals with the white again. You could probably do this whole thing, Kim, with a sponge with the white on the petals and then just go back with a little brush and do the stems and the yellow on the top. So again, I don't care if I get paint on this because we're going to cover that up with the frame. So no worries there. Okay. Done with that. Again, we're going to let this sit to dry. We're going to bring these back and do these. Yes, we are doing a summer shindig, Miss Kimberly at work. It is scheduled. I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but it is scheduled. It is in August. I think it's the first Saturday in August, but I'll be sending out a save the date either tomorrow or Friday. Okay, so those are painted. We're going to set those aside, and we're going to take these. We got to paint these yet. Let's dry this and get our white. August 1st. Look at Amanda. She knows. She's so much more organized, or not organized. What's the word I want to use? She has a better memory. She's a lot younger than me, so she actually can remember things still. And I have a little paint in some of these little divots on my flowers. So I'm going to clean that out right now with just a little poker. I think that's good. All right, that was easy peasy. All right, so now I'm going to put a couple pieces of tape down, just small ones. They don't have to be real big, because we're going to put these pieces down on top. There you go. Yes, it's going to be dodgeball, Kim. Team buildings. Take out your frustrations of your team. That would be kind of funny. I'm pretty sure that that would not be, what's the right word? OSHA compliant, having us whip balls at each other. That would not be a good thing. Okay, so I am going to take brown because I want my frame brown. And I'm just going to drag a sponge across them. Can you imagine if we told Barry that's what we wanted to do? That would be hilarious. Okay, we've got those painted. We are almost done painting. All right, now we're going to set these guys aside. I can, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. They're falling off the tape. So they don't land on top of each other. That's all that matters. Okay, and I've got paint all over me. That would be so fun. I don't think Barry would approve that, Kim. Although she approved the chair races, so actually that was her idea to do the chair races. You remember that one? Were you at that one, Kim? I think you were. Okay. That was one of our Christmas parties at the office. We cleared a path and we pushed people in chairs all the way down the aisle. Again, probably not OSHA compliant. All right, so now I'm just going to take a small brush and paint the little white yellow tops of my flowers. And we'll probably only need one coat since we painted them with the white already. Now, I will caution you, the stems these are on are very thin and they could break. So when you're peeling the sticky back off, you need to be a little gentle. Okay, so that part is done and ready to assemble. Nope, I take that back. I didn't paint the stems. We got to paint the stems. So I like to use the Mossy Meadow, the Folk Art Matte Mossy Meadow. I like that for all of my, I think I'm done with the little, yes. too fun, too fun. All right, so now I'm just going to use a tiny little brush and paint my stems. And then we'll be about ready to put this together. We just got to get it dry. Okay. I think we are good. So there we have our stems are painted, if you can see. All right, so let's get all of these parts dry. So whose allergies are kicking their butt? I know Mom's been suffering. I did last week a little bit, and I doubled up on my Zyrtec and got it under control. I hadn't been taking Zyrtec, which was part of the problem. So I started taking that. I doubled up to get it under control, and then once I got it under control, I went back to just one. And I'm doing much better. Mom is feeling pretty rough with her nose. I know that allergies are just nuts right now around here. Get this part dry. Hello, Mariana. I have nothing else to give. What? Nothing else to give. What are you talking about, Kimberly? Now, of course, you could distress this. Believe it or not, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it as is. I know you're surprised by that. Hello, Miss Bonnie. Make sure all my pieces are dry. Okay, I think we're good. We can start assembling. Yeah, there you go. Gotcha. Okay, so the easiest way to do this, I want to make sure this is dry so I'm not dragging. What I have found, the easiest way to get the sticky back, because all of my kits, if you're new to my page, all of my kits have what we call sticky back, okay? It's an adhesive that's already on the boards, so there's no gluing necessary. All you have to do is peel and stick. So I have found the easiest way to do, especially when it's got all these little small pieces, is kind of flip it over and use one of these little pickers to get it started and peel it off. Peel off all the little stuff first. Then you can go back through and get all of the sides of it. But I think it's so much easier when it's fragile, especially like this, just to put it face down. It is a little harder to get the picker under it that way, but you don't have to worry about breaking the little fragile stems. And then once it's stuck down, they're not going to break because they're stuck. So it's not going to break. Okay, so I got all those. See, I've got those all peeled back. So now we're going to go ahead and peel off the rest. So just like that. And then it'll probably tear around these stars because you're pulling it from all different directions. Oh, I think I'm actually going to I got it all off in one piece. Okay. Then what I like to do is hold them up on a flat surface and use my fingers to match them up. Sorry, I don't want the paper towel to get stuck. So I match them up like that, and then you can press it down. And then once it's down, it's down. It's not coming up. So make sure that you've got everything where you want it, because once you put it down, it's not coming apart. And if you get it apart, you're going to destroy it. Amanda, are you going to make this? All right, so now we can put our frame on next. So I'm going to start here at the top. I'm more of an admirer than a crafter. That's not true. I've seen you do some of these. All right, so we're just going to line this up in the corners. See, I already started to stick it. As long as you don't press hard, you can get it back up usually. And I did not press hard yet, so I can get it back up to get it in place. Okay. Then we're going to do the next side. Okay. And next. Press. Once you press, it's down. You have a little bit of wiggle room before you press it. But once it's pressed down, it's a done deal. Okay. So now we got to add the rest of our flowers because the flowers go over the top and they give it a little extra dimension. And then our 1977. Okay. And these, it doesn't really matter which one you put where. I mean, I just put them by size, you know, the bigger ones on the bigger ones and so forth. And I kind of overlap. I'll show you when I get them on. I'll hold it up. I kind of go over the top of the centers. So it gives it a little extra dimension. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got plenty of time. We still have 15 minutes left. I'm almost done. You guys will have time to go get a snack before the next presenter comes on. Okay, so I'm not sure if y'all saw, but I posted a little sneak peek of this yesterday with just a little snippet of it. And within minutes of me posting it, someone commented flag. And I will look up that name here in just a second. And I will let that person know that they have won the $5 off if they want to purchase this kit. They just have to send me an IM and I will send them the coupon code. All right, so see the difference that made on those flowers? It really makes them dimensional. I'm not sure if you can see that in the camera, but it definitely, there, that's a good shot of it. You can see that dimension on them. All right, so now let's add the 1776. Okay, I got to tell you a true story, and this is a little embarrassing, but I'm going to tell you anyways. So last night, I'm cutting all these kits. That one's got a weird spot. We're going to touch that up a little bit. It's got a little something there on the end. But I was cutting all these, and I was cutting all these numbers out, and I put a mask on everything that I cut so that you don't have to worry, because like, especially when you're painting the light colors, without the mask, I don't think I have anything in here that doesn't have it. No, I don't have anything in here, I don't think. But without the mask, you get that laser burn on it. And I don't like that look, and it's hard to paint over that. Like if you, especially light colors, the dark colors, it's not too bad. But the light colors, if you try to paint, you know, white or yellow or a pink or something like that over it, it's really hard to get it to cover, and it actually like keeps bleeding through. You think you have it covered and then it bleeds through. So I put a mask on everything. So last night I'm sitting there and I'm peeling the mask off of all these things. Well, then there's also the sticky back on it. So I'm sitting there in my chair and I'm watching TV and I'm trying to peel all these off. And I hate to even admit this, but I got a little confused on my 6s. I'm like, which way does it go? Does it go like this or does it go like that? Which way is the lid? And I'm like, come on, Kathy. I had to like write a 6 and go, oh yeah, that's the way it goes. Okay. I'm like, did I cut these backwards? They look backwards to me for whatever reason. They were not, but in my brain, I thought it was. Okay, so there you have it. There he is. She is. Lavender and Lace with Lori. Welcome, welcome. All right, so there it is. You can see it's very dimensional. It's got lots of little nuggets in there. And now let me go back real quick and check who it was, because then I can post it on here. Let's see. Let's go home. See if it'll let me do it. Go back to my page. Let me find the post. I'm sorry, I was going to write this down before I came on, and I forgot. Here it is, right here. Diana Bowlby, B-O-W-L-B-Y. Diane Bowlby. Send me a instant message, and I will send you the coupon code, and if you choose to purchase this, you have a $5 off coupon. So for her, this would be $15 shipped to her door. For everyone else, it is $20. And be on the lookout, because I will be posting more like this with coupon codes if you guess what it is. I'm going to do some sneak peeks. Clue, I am going to be doing quite a bit. Now, I'm not saying that the next one will be, but I am going to be doing quite a bit of Americana, with it being the, what did we say it was, Mom? The quarter millennial or something like that. With it being the 250th anniversary of the United States. So I will be doing quite a bit of patriotic. I don't know that the next one will be patriotic, but keep an eye out, because there will be quite a bit leading up to the 4th of July. Okay? Well, thank you, Miss Bonnie. I appreciate that. But that is all I have for you guys tonight. So go grab a snack. We've got about 7 minutes, 8 minutes before the next crafter starts. Thanks, Mel. I appreciate that. And make sure you come back and check out the next crafter. Sign Amanda up. There you go, Amanda. You heard. No. Kim. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. Hope you have a great night. If you're getting the storms, stay safe. Just stick my fingers in paint all the time. Stay safe tonight if you're in the line of the storms, and I will see you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.